I thought I'd do one on why I will never be an evolutionist or will never believe evolution. Okay, firstly, after reading the Bible, studying the Bible, examining the Bible, I came to the conclusion it is true. It is right. I have had many spiritual experiences that has also helped me with my faith in believing the Bible, and evidence for a young earth from science observation also helps me confirm the Bible is true. The fact is, though, if the evidence wasn't there, I would still believe the Bible. If my spiritual experiences weren't there, I would still believe the Bible. But these things only add to my faith in the scriptures, and I have seen no reason why I would abandon those things for science, which has no answers for anything. It's trying to come up with answers to try and rationalize this universe. Whereas I've already got the reason, the logic, the spiritual experience, and the evidence that is backing my faith, my belief. So, what evidence could ever uproot my faith? There isn't any, because everything in my life, from spiritual experience, from analyzing the Bible, the Holy Scriptures themselves don't need evidence, outside external evidence to support it. They already have enough evidence within it. A study of the Bible itself, you could give your entire lifetime to studying it, and it just gets deeper and more complex the more you study it. It doesn't need any help. So therefore, evidence outside of the Bible, it actually just complements the Bible. And I don't think God wants us just to believe the Bible without exterior evidence, because he says the actual creation itself shows his invisible attributes. So what do we know about creation? What could this verse in the scripture be talking about? Well, we know that there is protons, electrons, and neutrons. Three things as atoms in our body that make up things. So this universe is made of three-part things. That's not really a strong reason to believe, but it's interesting. I'm not saying it's a valid reason that validates it, not at all. But it's an interesting thing to notice from observation. I notice. Yeah, I know there's particles, 61 particles, that known particles that make up the protons, neutrons, and electrons. You know, I know that they're all made up of other particles, but we see things like matter, space, and time in our universe as everyone can notice these three attributes. We know that there is that water has three states. So the triune aspects, or the Trinity aspects of the Godhead, are clearly visible and are known. To be honest, people who don't believe in God have to suppress that knowledge, and it says they suppress that knowledge in unrighteousness, and basically they are futile in their thinking, and they've been given over to a delusion. Now, I believe the delusion actually is the belief in evolution. I believe that is actually a delusion, a mental disorder, that to actually believe it, because you're under a mental disorder, a delusion itself, and that's why you believe it. So to shake that delusion is really what I guess it needs to happen. How do we get these people who are delusioned beyond reason, beyond evidence themselves? They can't see evidence at all supporting the Bible. And I think, yeah, it's a difficult one, because no matter what evidence I show you or try to promote as evidence that the Bible's true, or evidence that there's the uncreation, or evidence that God is real. It doesn't matter what the evidence says. All you're going to do is put it through your delusional understanding, and filter it into an interpretation that makes sense in your delusion. So you're under, that delusion, and how do you shake that delusion off you? I don't know. It's been a challenge. I once debated with the evolutionists for months and months and months, night after night, hours and hours, and it took literally months to break down his evolutionary arguments till he had none left. And even then, right at the end, when he had nothing left, he said he would like to believe, but he just couldn't. And that's when I realized this really is nothing to do with evidence. This really has to do with delusion. A delusion, that is the Bible. So the Bible is completely correct. You're futile in your thinking, and you're under a delusion. So what do we do to help you? I guess we try to be nice. We try to be gentle. We try to, help you get out of that state, and try and encourage you with evidence, and talk to you. But no, I'm not going to ever be an evolutionist. I don't want to fall under the delusion. I don't want to believe in something that's a delusion. It's completely contrary to sound thinking.